Hey everybody, what is going on? It's your boy Savage from Coffee First with Savage and Val, and I just realized that a little while back in a few videos that I made, I said that if it got to a certain point that I would show you guys Val's PK380, also known as Blue. So that video did what it was supposed to do, guys. You guys watched it enough, and I really appreciate that. I want to say thank you to the 2 new subscribers this month. I just want to say thank you guys. I appreciate all 31 of you. I know it's very, very, very small channel, but I really do appreciate you guys coming and checking it out. I really do. So without further ado, I believe it's time to introduce you guys to Blue. Look at that. Ladies, you can have pretty guns. Check that out. Look at that. That's sexy, ain't it? Yeah, ladies. That pretty Blue. This camera isn't really doing it justice because, unfortunately, I have not been able to find my webcam since we moved. So that's stupid. So just so YouTube is happy about this, this is cleared. You guys can tell. All that fun stuff. So not loaded. That is her little 380. This thing is fun to shoot. And I say it's fun to shoot because I suck at it. I actually am a terrible shot with this thing, I found out. At about 7 yards, my groupings are pathetic with that thing, okay? All right? I'll stick to my 45 where I'm dropping shots at 40 yards and keyholing, okay? It's way more fun for me. Anyway, so the whole point of this video was obviously not to show you Blue, but I told you guys that I was going to show you Blue, so I wanted to show you Blue. You know, you guys earned it. You guys did. You kept up your end of the bargain, so it's about time I did too, right? Anyway, so if you guys haven't heard yet, there was a guy last night in Portland who was, I don't actually know if he's still alive or not. BLM was attacking some trans girl or something like that and trying to steal her stuff. This guy intervened. They assaulted him till he left the protest. He got in his truck. He tried to drive away. They chased him. He crashed. They dragged him out, and then they beat him. He might be dead. I don't know. I'll have to follow up on that, and I'll have to check up on it. If any of you guys know the situation or have heard about this already, please tell me. Leave a comment down below as to whether or not this guy made it or not. But this is war. This is absolutely war at this point. And if you don't think that it is, then you haven't been paying attention. It's not peaceful protesting. It's not even kind of peaceful. It's not that at all. They're calling for violence outright. No justice, no peace, right? By any means necessary. They want a war and they want violence. Do you know why you guys still want it? Because no one's turned around and given it to you yet. You don't want it. And everybody's going, well, where's everybody else on the other side to stand up and fight back? People who know how to fight know that the first thing you do is avoid it. It's always a last resort. Because people who know what they're doing know that they can hurt you. And we don't want to hurt anyone. We really don't. I didn't take martial arts for almost 20 years so that I could go around hurting people. You know, I don't train with my gun as often as possible so that I can go out and hurt someone. I don't want to do that. None of us do. But you've taken it too far now. And now I got a phone call. I was going to have to wait a second. It's gone too far. It really has. And now the cops are leaving their positions en masse nationwide. So guess what, people? They're not coming when you call now. Maybe in some states and some cities, they're still doing their thing. And hey, respect to these officers. The ones who stay and the ones who leave. You can't tell someone they're an asshole for ever and ever and ever and ever and run it down their throats and then get surprised when they do some asshole shit. That's what you're pushing normal people to do now. I didn't want anything to do with any of this. I didn't want any part of it. None of it. The 80% of America didn't give a shit about this because we had lives that we had to live. We had bills that we had to pay. We don't have 80 nights to go out and burn cities down because we're angry about something. We don't have that kind of time. We have jobs. We have shit that we have to do. We have to go out. This is why we haven't been able to put up a podcast in a month, because we've been moving. We've been dealing with stuff. I was sick for a couple of days. It was shit. If you guys saw my last video, I was feeling pretty shitty. But this is escalated to a point that I don't think anybody ever thought it would escalate to. And I think that it's only going to get worse. And I think unless people stand up and start giving these idiots what they ask for, I don't think it's going to stop. You can't stand up and say that you stand for the minorities and everything like that and then beat the hell out of a trans woman and steal her shit. So please tell me what that guy you guys beat probably to death last night had anything to do with all this shit. Because of the color of his skin? Well, you're fucking racist, and fuck Black Lives Matter, fuck Antifa, and fuck any of you people who stand with them and ignore that shit right there. Because that guy didn't do anything. What are you even protesting for? You won. Everybody thought that the cop who put his knee on George Floyd's neck should have been burned at the fucking stake for that shit. And then as it turns out, we got the footage, and that wasn't the case anyway. But let's just go back to it and say that that was what happened, okay? Let's stick with the original story here. You won. The fuck were you protesting for? They charged the cops immediately. And then Trump turned around and charged the other officers that were there as well. Not the city, not the state. Trump, Orange Man Bad, the one you hate so fucking much, was the only one to come down on them. You're dumb. Fuck you. I don't care anymore. I don't care. I'm not monetized. YouTube doesn't give a shit about me. Yet. Until I say this stuff and then, some little sad pussy will fucking report it. But I don't care. It's an opinion. And I got freedom of speech too. No justice, no peace. By any means necessary. That's okay, right? What happens when we say that? What happens when people who don't really care about your movement anymore because of the shit that you've done? What happens when we say no, by no means necessary, or by any means necessary? Because we train. Like for real, not like so we can go play in the streets like a bunch of dumb kids who think that they're making something happen or making it better. Not the dumb kids who are burning down fucking buildings. Last time I checked, Gucci didn't give two fucks about you. This is like you idiots who burned your Nike shit after you bought it because Colin Kaepernick kneeled. And you guys burned your Nike stuff. You know, Nike already had your money. I made that video like 2 years ago. They already had your money. They don't give a fuck about you. None of these companies give a fuck about you. Guess what? I don't either anymore. When it was about protest and when it was about bringing recognition and stuff like that, then yes, I could get behind it. Whether I agreed with your particular side of things or not, I absolutely got behind it. I was like, yo, do your thing. I think we need to wait a little bit and see what comes out at the end of this before we just start losing our minds and everything. But go for it. You have every right. And I'll support that right. And I'll bleed and I'll die for that right for you to do it. But when you are burning down buildings and a month later they find a body inside, why aren't you being charged with murder? I think, honestly, the federal government should bring everyone in BLM and Antifa up on RICO and put all of you fucks in jail. Yeah. Because we've only seen a couple videos of people actually stepping up at these protests trying to stop any violence from happening. The rest of you don't care. You let it burn. You want it to burn. And then you want to bitch that there's nothing left for you. You don't get to say, oh, we want this and we want that, and then you burn the shit to the ground and then wonder why you don't have anything. And that ain't my fault, motherfucker, and don't come to my house with that bullshit. I didn't really want to make this a long-ass video and everything. All I'm saying is, by any means necessary, protect yourselves out there. Cops are leaving. They're not going to be there. They're not going to show up. They're not going to help you. So, in the words of BLM, by any means necessary. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. If you agree with what I'm saying, give this video a like, share this video, everything like that. Hit that notification bell so you guys can know when I upload more videos. As always, please go check out Coffee First with Savage and Val. I'll put the link in the description below. You guys know how all this goes. Please stay safe. Please protect yourself. And maybe shooting first and asking questions later ain't the worst of ideas right now. I don't want any more people getting killed, but Mama taught me some lessons in life, but probably the most important was don't ever be a punching bag. Don't be a punching bag. Don't let somebody stomp you out. Don't let it happen. And if you see it happening, put a stop to it. The hell's the matter with you people? You just want to walk by while people are getting killed on the street and don't give a fuck? But we're supposed to care about you, right? You should try it sometime.